Hey, welcome to IPLCast 26, coming to you from the now properly cold winter of Sydney and all parts everywhere. This is your really sick IPL senior admin, Kamata, aka Reverse G, aka Cheeto, and joining me is the far less sick Rowan, aka Yena,
Hi
aka Megan.
guys. I have an
Hello.
immune system of steel.
Yep. So all the diseases go to me instead. As you can tell, I've got a cold. So for the second time, I think, in IPLcast history, the webcam is switched off, but I will switch it off. Sorry, I will switch it on right now just to show you the fact that I am actually wearing a Reverence Core shirt.
Can't see it, gotta
So
lift it
happy
higher.
times. Okay, it's
Lift it higher.
it's there.
Lift it higher.
Seriously? No.
No, seriously, it's being cut off by all the icons at the bottom. You gotta lift it higher.
Okay, because it's you can definitely see it from here. And you'll definitely be able to see it on the feed, not from Google
Okay.
Hangouts. So yeah, I've got that on. It's available. It's a little low. You might want to pitch it higher for the next few shirts, somewhere around here. Um,
Should I? I might readjust it. I think you cut out, hun. Hang on. You've stopped. Oh no. Oh, this is terrible. You back?
am I?
Yeah, you cut out. Did
Oh
you turn
no,
your
not
webcam off?
again.
Did you turn your
I switched the
webcam
cam.
off?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, that's good then. Yeah, you should start again from that entire sentence.
Yeah. So the Reverence Core shirt's available from Redbubble in case anyone's interested. I'll probably post a link on the video,
Fixing
and
it
I will.
now.
Yep, I will put it on the notes. That's probably why. Don't upload the image yet.
No, I'm not.
Um,
I'm not uploading anything yet. I'm just editing.
so yeah, we are
Higher?
reporting. Yep,
Yeah, looks
you're
fine to
right.
me.
Okay, okay.
I'm
No,
fixing it. I'm just saying.
yeah, their Redbubble's great. Considering I've got a few shirts from there already. But yeah, if you're interested in the weird mishmash of Final Fantasy and Pokemon, feel free to grab that shirt off Redbubble. We will share the link.
I have more. I have more
Just
pictures. I'll show them later. They
okay,
haven't
cool.
been revealed yet. You get
Oh
exclusives.
wow, the
Yes.
mystery. All right, first let's get through our headlines and then let's showcase these wonderful things later on once we get to the IPL
That
stuff.
design, the design you showed on your shirt actually also looks pretty good as a laptop skin and as a mug. 'Cause I'm just looking
Yeah,
at them. They're quite nice.
it looks great as a mug, and I know because I bought it for someone.
Yes, yes, you did.
So we're gifting somebody a mug. It looks pretty kick-ass. It really does. And I'm not just chilling my wife's work here. It's just really really good.
He was hassling me for a good 2 months just to put it on Redbubble.
Yeah, yeah. And then I got people to help hassle you.
Yes, you did. Now
Yes,
you're hassling me for the rest of them.
pretty much because it's now in the shut up and take my money situation. It's like you want to make money off these, right? Yeah, it's not gonna work if you don't upload them.
Okay, okay.
So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to put up the rest of the stuff, just holler in comments. All right. Anyway, let's get through to the external headlines because I'm pretty sure we want to see the rest of those images revealed for the first time outside this house.
Sure, sure. Okay. First headline.
By the way, gotta say hello
Hmm?
to Lunik, who's
Hello,
joined
you
us.
Lunik.
You Lunik.
Lunik.
Oh, good. He's as sick as I am.
Ah, oh dear.
All right. So let's cover our external headlines.
Okay. First headline, Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon. Nintendo has announced the next installment in the Mystery Dungeon line, Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon. It'll be released on the 3DS in Japan in autumn 2015, in North America in winter 2015, and in Europe and Australia in early 2016. Apparently the storyline in this game will involve battling alongside legendary and mythical Pokémon.
I want amiibo functionality, considering they're coming out with Nintendo's coming out with stuff for Animal Crossing involving amiibo cards.
I know they tried. It wasn't Mystery Dungeon. I think it was Pokemon
Rumble.
Rumble on
It
the
was Rumble
Wii
U.
U. Yeah, where they had those little figurines that they didn't actually sell in our area, which is a
No, no,
shame
no, no,
because like,
no, 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 they're not. I don't think they're going to sell NFC figures. What I think they're going to do is
mm,
just like Animal Crossing, they're going to sell NFC cards.
that would be cool. I reckon that'd be a lot easier to obtain
I
and
would,
distribute.
I would, if my money isn't completely stripped out by the end of this whole, by the end of the first wave of Lego Dimensions, I might actually consider this game.
Calm down. Just, just,
Okay,
just calm down.
right. Just, but
Take it easy. You have bills. You have other things to pay for.
I know, I know, I know. Anyway, um, I have a. This is another one of those instances where the localization, because it's localizing in Europe, it hurts
Mm,
Australia again because we're considered part of the Europe region in terms of, in general, in terms of how Nintendo sees the world.
mm,
Australia, despite being on the other side of the world entirely, is considered part of Europe. So we will get the European version because it's PAL. The problem with
mm,
that is that like this, it's not like the user base here plays in German, Italian, French. So
mm,
it's like I'm pretty sure I forgot Spanish. Yep, I forgot Spanish. So it's not like the user base here can't play the American version. They just choose to release it according to your version. So despite the fact that North America is getting this during the Christmas season, just gonna point that out. During the season
mm.
when the game is expected to make the most, because these are spin-off games. They don't garner as much in terms of sales as the mainline games, right?
Mm, mm,
So they're releasing them in early 2016. That's Jan, Feb, March. If we're talking Q1. Q1
mm.
is not the best time to sell a game because that's after everybody has essentially spent their money on Lego Dimensions. I mean, games for Christmas. That's when
Yes.
that's pretty much when everybody's kind of depleted and they're just preparing for the mid-year rush, and they're releasing the game at that point. So I don't
Mm.
know if it's gonna garner the sales they want in this market, but if they want to get the sales they're expecting, they better release it for the holidays. Games,
Yeah, that would be
Pokemon
better,
games.
but I'm sure they've got their reasons.
Oh, the reason is it's because it's grouped up in Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if we
Mm.
got the version that asked us for that had a language option when we got it.
Yeah, we
Having
usually
said
do.
having said that, it's a new mystery dungeon game. We haven't had one since Gates to Infinity.
Mm. I can't
The
remember when that
second
one was. Was that 3DS? That wasn't 3DS, was it?
that was definitely 3DS because it used the front-facing camera.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Um,
that's right. Yeah, because they had that circle photograph thing for New Dungeons.
yeah, that kept my interest a lot less than Explorers of Sky. Um, I have not to this point actually finished the dungeon game.
I think I did, but then I usually lose interest after that
I don't
if I
know.
don't
The
have
only
as
the only
much
mystery
interesting
dungeon game
endgame
I've ever
content.
completed is the only mystery dungeon game I've ever completed is, believe it or not, Chocobo Mystery Dungeon 2. And
For
that was
shame.
on the PlayStation. I know. Um, it's an interesting it's an interesting release. Um, Again, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know if I'll be playing it, but
I will. We know
yeah,
I
you
will.
will. Yeah, we should have probably already put the pre-order in.
We'll see. We'll see.
Right. There's probably going to be pre-order bonuses knowing the way.
Probably.
Um,
But you don't usually
yeah.
do it for these little games though. Unless it's like
Uh,
shop exclusive, like an EB exclusive. figurine
Yeah,
or
we generally don't
poster
for
or
the spin-off
something.
games. Yeah,
Yeah.
not for the spin-off games.
If
Um,
EB decides to do one to get all the money away from game traders or vice versa, then there might be. But otherwise, I don't think Nintendo would officially itself release one.
let's be honest though. I don't think Game Traders as a franchise in Australia is going to compete against EB in any sort of measure. Game Traders just does not
Not
have
really,
that
but
traction.
there's still that rivalry if they're like in the same shopping center where they kind of just shit on each other a bit.
Not really. Have you seen them try?
It's not too. It's not huge, but there has been a little bit. I have noticed.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's I don't think it's gonna like I don't think they're gonna get any
It's
traction. I think
very
EB's
very
got all the
minor.
power.
That's the thing. I know, but it's very very minor. But I have seen it a little bit.
Yeah, and this has absolutely no bearing whatsoever on the European and American market because GameStop owns
Yeah.
everything there. So there's probably gonna be a GameStop. There's probably gonna be a GameStop Walmart thing happening in the U.S.
Probably.
and
Game
I'm
Traders is
pretty sure.
amazing though. They have like all the old stuff. So like the whole deal is that you trade in your games, and then they have like a ton of stuff on like um 64 and SNES and all that sort of thing, and they have a lot of merchandise, and it's awesome.
I know. And how much is Pokemon Silver going for in Game Traders right now?
$100, I think.
Yeah,
The more popular the old game is, the more likely you're going to be spending like a hundred
it's
bucks on
because
it. So
barely
Pokemon
anyone
Stadium
lets
for
go of Pokemon
64 is
Gold
a
and
hundred
Silver.
bucks. But then you can get like all those lesser known titles for fairly cheap, like maybe 30 or something.
I honestly got like was it? I found Fire Red in
Mm.
I found Fire Red for 5.
Oh my god. Is Fire Red the one? I think Fire Red's the one I need. I think I've got Leaf Green, but I
Oh,
never got Fire Red. So if you ever
okay,
see it again for $5, just grab it because that's cool. I
sure.
like to collect the main games. Usually the ones I don't have are the ones that like a friend or a family member has, so it's not worth buying them. But that
You
kind of stopped with Gino and I because we both buy both of them.
yeah
It's like I
uh,
could only get one, but then he's gonna have both anyway, so there's not much point.
yeah. I just got news that the a whole Pokemon and Junichi Masuda are tweeting about your next headline.
Ah, okay, let's move on then.
Okay.
Next headline: Los Angeles Pokemon Boutique. Nintendo has announced a temporary Pokemon boutique to appear in Japan LA Pop Culture Shop in LA that will apparently contain fashionable Pokemon products possibly aimed at girls. It'll be open for 1 month from June 6th to June 5th. Sorry, June 6th to July 5th, and will contain designed works from Japan LA, Onch Movement, which is a jewelry designer, and Omocat, an internationally known artist who does illustration, comics, clothing, and merchandise. I'm very interested to see what kind of merchandise we'll display in this shop. Apparently, they're going to have an opening night that'll include like photo opportunities with mascots and stuff. There'll be a famous DJ. They'll have nail art stuff, that
Yeah,
sort of thing.
they'll have nail art stuff. This is clearly something you have no
Yes.
familiarity with whatsoever.
They have those things that you paint onto the white things on the end of your finger. Yes.
All right. Look, if you haven't seen Omocat's actually, you should look up
Omicron's actually
Omocat.
pretty good. Like I googled her name, she's a lot of Legend of Zelda comics came up, and they look pretty funny. You know,
Yeah,
if you've seen them,
Omocat
it's that
is
style where it's like young Link with these really really big round eyes.
yeah.
It's like that.
So just like what Ludic's doing right now. Um,
Yeah. Just Google Omocat.
yeah.
It's very cool.
Um, so Omocat's actually done a bunch of illustrations for Pokemon already.
Mm,
Not official stuff, but like the art stuff.
mm.
Um, there's a really funny one with Esper. Um, just pointing that out. Kids, search. So looking forward to seeing what merch they have available. I'm going
Mm.
to guess it's like trinket merch. Um,
Probably.
as
I imagine it's
usual,
going to be clothing, jewelry, maybe. I know Japan LA has a lot of teddy bears, so it might be some plushies, but probably not so much. I imagine it's more towards the whole fashion thing, so it's probably going to be more jewelry, outfits, that sort of thing.
I don't know how much leverage I can skim off my relos in LA at this point, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we could get them to do this. We're more reliant on the answer is always Geodude to get us stuff from Japan. Um,
Mm.
so okay, it's interesting. I actually like the fact that they're stretching out and trying some new thing. I've never actually seen the Japan LA pop culture shop, so I guess it's yeah.
Mm. Mm.
I don't live in LA. I have no idea. I could fly there, but money is an object.
Yeah.
Um, looks decent
Some
enough.
things just aren't worth traveling like across the world for. Though it would still be
Yeah.
pretty cool. If you live in LA or near LA, it's definitely worth checking out, I reckon.
So the Japan LA pop culture shops looks like a giant Sanrio boutique. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I imagine
Anyway,
it's essentially what's the one that we have here that a lot of the shops closed down recently?
oh, Morning Glory.
Yeah, it's probably just like that.
Yeah, it actually does look like Morning Glory because they've got
Yeah.
Sanrio stuff in there as well.
Mm, mm,
But apparently Omokat's a local. So,
mm.
yeah. Right. So if you find yourself in the LA area, and you actually listen to this vidcast, let us know.
All three of you.
Yeah. If any of you are in California at all, do us a favor. Go down there. Just check the stuff out. Don't act too stalkerish. Come back. Let us know what's going on. We could probably contact some ex-admins, actually.
Mm.
They're in California somewhere. Um, right. So let's look at the shiny Gyarados distribution. The
Shiny
thing.
Gyarados, Shiny Gyarados distribution. The new
That's the one.
Hiroshima Pokemon Center in Japan will be distributing its mascot, a Shiny Gyarados, between June 26th to August 31st to celebrate the grand opening. It can be downloaded to both XY and Ruby Sapphire. A Magikarp will also be distributed, and apparently you can receive multiple of them instead of just one. Nintendo is hinting that it may also be a shiny, which means it is, isn't, or has a chance to be. The purpose of the Magikarp, it says on Nintendo's official website, is to spread the Gyarados globally via Wonder Trade or the GTS so that everyone else can have a piece of that action. If you don't live in Japan, it might be a good idea to hang around Wonder Trade and GTS during its distribution to see if anyone actually does it.
Wow, they're trying to spread Gyarados. Well, Gyarados via Magikarp.
It's 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 a Magikarp that's handed out at the shop during this event, but
Sure.
apparently it's not an event Pokemon. In the sense that you can't trade it on Wonder Trade or GTS. So anyone who gets a Gyarados won't be able to send it over those platforms, but the Magikarp, which you can apparently get multiple of, can be. So it can actually be spread around. So anyone who actually obtains it and is generous enough will hopefully actually do that so that some of us across the water can get a potentially shiny Gyarados.
Right. Okay. So I'm like this feels a little forced.
It's interesting
Just a
though
bit.
because I don't think they've done this sort of thing before in the whole distribution sense. So I like what they're trying to do. I reckon if this works out and people actually do spread it around like they did with Pokerus and all that, then this would be a really interesting strategy.
Well, yeah, if it does anything to filter the amount of Wonder Trade junk, I'm cool.
Yeah, you can get
Okay.
some
So
interesting. I like that people send off their IV rejects because sometimes those rejects include 5 IV Pokemon. So you can get some really good ones. Like the number of, if I sit down for an hour on the Wonder Trade, I might be able to get one or two really, really good IV Pokemon.
right. I don't. Yeah. Again, it's not. That's not the junk I was talking about, though. The junk I'm talking about is the wormholes or the level 25 zigzagoons or
Mm.
yeah. Lunik was making a comment about level 100 Bidoof, and I don't actually mind Bidoof.
Like, if someone gave me a level 100 Bidoof, I'd be impressed that they trained it to level 100.
That's true.
I mean, it's still going to be powerful in its own right, just
It
by
can build
being level 100.
dams.
Yes, and never evolve.
That's it. Doom Desire Bidoof. Hey, it's better than the what's it called? The Chansey.
The
Or is it a
Chansey.
Happiny? It's I think it's a Happiny. They have the level 100 training Chanseys or Happities. They have on the island Giga
Oh,
Impact
I remember
level
you
100.
telling me about that.
The training ones,
Yeah.
yeah, they are freaking awesome. If I need to level something, other Blissies. Okay, very good.
I imagine they'd be Blissies. I don't know why they'd be Happinies.
Blissies have Healing Wish, and then I think they have like yeah, my brain's not working today.
Poor Gino. Poor
I
sick
know.
Gino.
Um, Healing Wish is their only move, and then they're holding Toxic Orb.
Mm.
So,
So they
so
essentially
yeah,
kill themselves for you, and you get all the XP from a Blissey.
pretty much. They're freaking fantastic. They're great for
Mm.
leveling.
I
They're
don't
great
think
for
I've
me,
tried them yet.
they're great for me especially because all I've tried to do here is complete my Pokedex now. So, all right. So let's move on to something about something we can't actually see, which is Universal Parks and Resorts having Nintendo themed attractions.
Universal Parks and Resorts, the theme park division of an American company called NBC Universal, which itself is a subsidiary of Comcast, will be partnering with Nintendo to create Nintendo-themed attractions as its theme parks. Um, at its theme parks. It is quoted in the press release that they plan to bring dedicated experiences based on Nintendo's wildly popular games, characters, and worlds, meaning we may see giants such as Mario, Pokémon, and Legend of Zelda recreated as theme park attractions. There is no date announced for when they plan to start or finish these attractions, but we'll probably hear more news as things progress. I'm excited because I'm a massive whore when it comes to Legend of Zelda. So like I'd love to see what they come up with if they include that in it. Surely to God they can't make a Nintendo themed park and not have Legend of Zelda.
No, no, they're making Nintendo themed attractions
No, no,
at the park.
Nintendo themed attractions, but the keyword is attractions with an S, so there might be a few of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, there's gonna be a few of them. I don't doubt that at all. It's just that when they come out, being a sucker for all things Zelda, if it comes out, you have the choice of either Universal Studios Hollywood or um, the Orlando park.
Yeah,
So Florida or
yeah.
California, your choice.
Well, it's not like we could ever actually go anyway. Just like as we mentioned earlier, money is an object.
Yes. I'm just gonna download multiple high-res pictures of the rides and you can drool at them from your monitor.
Hmm. Well, once we get pictures and videos, I imagine I'll I'll just sit here on my monitor and get
I
it
like
up.
your awkward pause between me mentioning that you will be drooling in front of the monitor and you actually acknowledging it.
What?
No, it's cool.
I'd do this with other things.
Yes, yes you do.
My keyboard is filthy.
Hmm. You should clean that.
Yes, I should actually. It actually is filthy. I ate over my laptop and just it's getting pretty bad.
Let's talk about a bunch of other news items that I don't think got mentioned on the headlines. The funniest one I think was Nintendo announcing their announcement about what they're going to announce at E3. Not even kidding, that happened. They
I think
sent
I
out a
remember
press
that.
release. They sent out a press release saying that they were going to have a mini Nintendo Direct announcement about what they were going to announce at E3.
Mm. Well, you got to get people riled up.
Yeah, I know. Wow, we're so excited for the thing to get excited about at E3. Um, yeah, that's one of the funny things. One of the other headlines that came in is that Pokemon Shuffle now, I believe, has daily stages. So for everybody playing Pokemon Shuffle, all four of
Mm.
you, that's still going on. Rumble hasn't seen much love in the last
I think
few
there
weeks.
was I don't remember what Pokemon it was, but it came down as available for download recently. But it was something like it was a Meowth. That was it. I've already got a Meowth.
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably it's a low. I'm gonna guess it's a low
it's
power
probably going to be
Meowth.
low. It's kind of annoying in that sense because like at this point, anyone who's actually interested in the game would have been playing long enough that they have higher than 240.
Okay, the other one of the other things was that Splatoon has been doing test weekends, so amazing
Oh.
stuff. Yeah, I freaking
Apparently, the roller, which is essentially the heavy in this game, has been overused, and it is actually fairly powerful, but it's also apparently got its own weaknesses that people just haven't, the majority of people just haven't been able to exploit yet. So rollers have been winning a lot, but
I
then
think I should
anyone
have
who's
told you.
smart enough to combat them can beat them, or even if it's a whole team of rollers.
I think I should have told you about the most recent test period they had because you were here. It
Mm.
happened between 8 and 9:30 a.m. on this end, so
Yeah. What day?
that was yesterday.
Yesterday. Oh, damn! Why didn't you
Yeah,
tell
you were
me?
here. I
Why
know.
didn't you tell me?
I forgot.
I had
I'm
to leave
sleeping
it.
on the
It's
floor
okay.
now, aren't I? Um,
Well, no, because I can get the game later. It's okay.
yeah, I know. I've got the amiibos in the game on pre-order. Um, the, I
When
just
should I stop you? When should I stop you and just
now's a
tell
good
EG
time.
to stop
Now's
accepting your
now's a
money?
really now's a brilliant. Oh God, they've got new releases for Lego Dimensions.
Oh
Um,
God.
okay, so the other thing I wanted to report was that Nintendo put out a press release this week announcing their new VP for marketing and sales. You will never
Mm.
guess who they just employed as Nintendo North America's VP for marketing and sales.
Who?
A guy named Doug Bowser.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, no. They're serious. They actually put they actually had to put the disclaimer that he wasn't related to the big guy in in its thing. But yeah, Nintendo of America is Nintendo's Nintendo's press release is subtitled "Doug Bowser brings decades of experience, not fire breath, to a new role."
Oh my God. Oh
So
dear.
yeah, he was formerly vice president of global business planning at EA. So he has got he's got some
Mm.
clout behind him. He's actually,
Mm.
as um, far as who he is in the games industry, nah, that's totally he's got some stuff behind him. Whether or not he's gonna
Mm.
translate that into something decent for NA or he's gonna bring the old EA culture with him, that's a different
Mm.
thing. Okay, so here's the. Let's see if I can read the crux of the business, the press release in its well near entirety. So Nintendo of America has hired a new vice president to lead the United States sales organization with a name that's well known in the Mushroom Kingdom. That is actually the press release. Effective today, Doug Bowser, no relation to the King, Koopa, and Mario's longtime nemesis, will see a variety of sales-related functions, including sales, in-store merchandising, retail strategy, and retail marketing. He will play a key role driving national sales strategies to generate demand and achieve revenue objectives across all of Nintendo's product lines. Translation: this guy is there to make money for Nintendo. Bowser will also manage, yeah, that's right, because in press releases they refer to people by their surnames. So, Bowser also will manage Nintendo's key retail customer relationships and will oversee retail marketing for the Nintendo World Store in New York. Bowser will report to Scott Moffat, Nintendo of America's Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
Okay.
Doug Bowser is an outstanding addition to our Nintendo team as he brings a deep blend of both consumer packaged goods and video game sales experience, said Moffat. I know he will work tirelessly with our internal and external partners to ensure the broad Nintendo product lineup of hardware, software, and accessories are strongly represented throughout U.S. retail points of distribution. Bowser comes to Nintendo from Electronic Arts, where he has worked since 2007, most recently as Vice President of Global Business Planning, a role that made him responsible for EA's console, PC, and mobile game forecasting. Prior to EA, he worked at Procter and Gamble in various sales leadership roles in Asia, Latin America, and the US. He attended the University of Utah, where he earned a bachelor's degree in communications. So yes, Bowser is working for Nintendo now.
Okay. Okay.
Are you
So do you
alright?
think they're milking? Think they're milking the whole Bowser thing, or
No,
because like you
really?
couldn't
The
tell if they
first
were or
two
not.
sentences of this press release were milking the fact that his name is Bowser.
Now all they have to do is hire someone whose last name is Mario, and then
If
just
he's
they
any good,
can they can set up mock battles.
if he's any good at speeches, he's going to replace Reggie Fils-Aimé when he starts doing the speeches. This is just
Mm.
like this is pure gold.
Surely to God they couldn't replace Reggie Fils-Aimé.
It's been a really slow news week, all right? This is the best thing they could come up with this week. This and Super Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah.
It's really funny watching the various the various news agencies scramble to come up with a line that just really confuses them. And so many of these photos have Doug Bowser next to Bowser as a as a
Of
juxtaposition.
course.
It's like as if they're trying to establish the relationship despite the fact that Nintendo has already disavowed that he's related.
The thing is though is that like Bowser is meant to be evil, so by constantly subliminally comparing him to Bowser is sort of like saying, "Hey, this guy's evil."
Yeah, well, he's from EA. What do you expect?
Well, that's true. I suppose it's fitting.
Yeah. Um, there's a yeah, there's 300% increase in BusinessWire.com daily traffic as a result of Bowser uh, being employed. Yep. Number one traffic referrer is Reddit.
Okay.
500,000 people have seen his
So when
face.
is he going to kidnap the princess
I don't know. First, they have to designate one.
and turn Nintendo headquarters into like this huge lava lair with fucking fire-breathing statues?
I don't know. Have you heard the reports about Nintendo's HQ in Redmond?
Mm.
You like they even the press aren't allowed to take pictures in there. If they like they will scruff you down to make sure you're not carrying any video recording equipment.
Hmm.
Like it's so like once you step inside, especially when you get into Treehouse, it's really really secretive.
Mm.
So it's absolutely stark loony crazy in there. And then Bowser's going to live there too. So, oh well, he doesn't live there, but he's going to be working there.
Same thing.
I can imagine he's going to be. I can imagine they're going to focus him more in the New York operation, considering he's meant to be managing to help manage the Nintendo World Store.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So that was an interesting news headline. Um, let's move to some IPL news before this carries on too long. All right, Chapter 2, Mission 3. No, hold on. This is Chapter 1. No, Chapter 2, Part 2, Mission 1. Thank you.
Okay.
Right. So the mission to attempt the rescue, a mission to attempt to rescue the island from disaster has begun. Trainers from all over the chain have been called to try and find the genuine EM devices and separate them from the decoys before it's too late. The journal updates every time someone searches at islands, so stay tuned and good luck. I believe every time the journal updates now, Twitter gets alerted as well. So, I mean, if you're tracking it, you have two places to track it. Linux says he will watch all of us burn. That's not how an EM pulse works.
Okay.
All right, so you guys have until June. What is it? June 12, I think,
Mm.
to get stuff submitted. So if you're going to submit stuff now.
Hopefully it works out a bit better than last time.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It start like it was. I think chapter 2 started off really well, and it just fell off a cliff at some point.
Mm.
Right. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
All right. So, and a small update on Project Reverence. RevGen, which is the character generator, has now begun internal development. And as Gino has a cold, oh, that's me. The release of the next Reverence Core journal will have to wait until Monday. Monday's journal brings with it details about the ECR, the organization responsible for the large-scale expeditions in the known world, and the starting point for all adventurers in Reverence Core.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yes. So
Oh no, we cut out again. Oh no, we can't hear him. He's telling us all this amazing stuff. It's gone now. We still can't hear him. This is
no.
a bad one. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
You're back. Okay. You might want to start that again.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say that uh, as usual, so it's the starting point for all adventurers in Reverence Core. When you start, you're already automatically part of the ECR,
Mm,
your little adventuring party, and the whole point about this is just to explain what the ECR is, how it's structured,
mm,
how expeditions will run. The other part is that, as per usual, we are moving the journals across every 2 weeks to reverencecore.deviantart.com. And we are also updating we are updating wiki articles as we complete them. It's quite
mm.
a bit of work getting all this done because work's kind of busy as well, so I don't have as much time to devote to this. But anyway, we have seen some pretty amazing art assets coming in. Mission Sunshine has done some astounding work on just
It is
drawing and
ridiculous how good her stuff
bringing
is.
bringing to life Reverence Core City. Somebody's pointing out that somebody should be judging something. Is anyone looking at the battles?
I'll get to it. I don't have
Okay,
time. I'll look at it either today or tomorrow.
you should look at it now.
I know.
You should start looking at it now.
I know.
All right. So, before I properly collapse from exhaustion here, let's show people what you've let's show people what you've got in terms of
Okay.
the class pictures.
I've managed to get some of these done lately, but I'll bring it up in screen share. So where is it? Not there. There we go. Okay, so this one we'll start with the scholar. Now, is that been updated? Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so here is the scholar. It is a Buffalant. And then we'll move on, and we've got the Cacturn, which I think that's an old one, so you've probably already seen that one. And then we move on. We've got a Rogue Charizard. This one, Gino spent about 10 minutes giggling when he came up with the idea. So, yeah, it is a giant Charizard as a Rogue. And then we have the X-Blade, which is a Cofagrigus. And then we have a Black Mage, which is a Delphox. And then we have the Bard, Frogadier. And then we have a Gothitelle Harlequin, which this one's pretty cool. She's mostly just painted. And then we have a Meganium White Mage. And two of these actually have already been drawn. Who was it that drew the white mage and the archer?
Kitsune Io Kami, I think,
That's it. Okay.
did the White
So
Mage and the
she's
Archer.
drawn
So
those
those
two.
designs, yeah,
Those
Kitsune
the
Io
two
Kami's
designs that
designs
she
are,
drew. Yeah, they're going to be the official ones. So I've got some as
yep,
backup because I think we're going to be releasing a poster with a whole bunch of these up in sort of like a grid format. And I reckon it would look a
yep,
bit strange if it was all of my ones and then two of hers, which is a completely different style. So I've drawn
yep,
my version of them for that. But the
yep.
two that she made are going to be the official ones that we're going to have up on the website and all that sort of stuff as promotionals and stuff. So we don't have to worry about. Don't have to worry about. Anyone else can draw a version of theirs if they want, and that will probably also replace one of mine as the officials if they want to. But yeah,
Yeah, this art will be used primarily as part of a project.
oops, that's the next
Oh,
one.
there we go. As part of a project
Okay.
for Megan, just to get like to get all the classes represented. It's pretty
Mm.
astounding. Hey, Torterra Trader. Um,
This is so Terra Trader. You know
but
how
yeah,
hard it is
it's
to
this.
dress some of these Pokemon? Like they're supposed to be wearing clothing and stuff, but how do you dress a Torterra? I mean, I gave him
True.
a hat, but it's
That
just some of
works.
them. Like, how do you dress a Buffalo?
Ah, funny little hat. You gave him a funny little graduation hat too. It's such a nice touch.
Yeah, he's got a little hat on, but like other than maybe a book bag, he doesn't have much else on him. This one is a Chronomancer. Let's explain Chronomancer. Chronomancer.
Let's explain Chronomancer. Chronomancer is essentially
Yeah.
a time mage. I think we're going to be reassigning the drawing to something else too, but
You don't want
dress up as
Chronomancer?
AG
Is
Flash.
Chronomancer even in the is
No, I
Chronomancer
don't
even
think
in the
it's in the
list
class.
anymore?
I don't think it's in the class list, but
Uh,
the uniform
this is the
isn't
third
necessarily tied to
one.
Chronomancer.
He keeps telling me do a fighter, and there's no fighter in any of them. And he's like, do a merchant. It's not merchant, it's a trader. Like, you made these, you should know what they are.
I know. I'm going to move that. I'm going to move the Chronomancer to a different class.
Okay, let me know. But yeah, we've
All
got
right.
it. There it is.
Okay. So,
And that is all of them.
as usual, if you're interested in doing for Reverence Core, usually the stuff that gets submitted by other people becomes
Mm.
the official one, so that we can
Yep.
regular journal stuff because we want to
So
have art variety
even
as
though I've
well.
already drawn a merchant or a trader, if you want to draw your own trader, do that, send it in, and it'll probably replace mine for all the official documentation and on the
Yeah,
wiki and stuff.
because we want artist variety for the actual official
Mm.
ones. She's Megan's doing this specifically so she can complete a series. But some of the work will actually make it onto the stuff. So if you're interested in design, as usual, fire a note through. That way we've got the record of you starting the conversation. We can
Yep.
assign um, track whoever. Again, Mission Sunshine's doing such an amazing job on just the sketches for Reference Core City. I
Oh, I
can't
know, it's
wait to
crazy.
see what happens when she completes it. She's added all of this extra lore to the city, which I really appreciate. So she gets full credit for that one as well.
Mm.
Again, if you're interested, like just send us a note on the IPL. I realized that this is coming across as something that seems to be taking time away from regular IPL activities, so I'm going to try and just make sure that we actually focus on the IPL as much with these things
Mm.
running in the
Mm.
background. Like for the entirety of Part 2, Mission 1, all I've been doing, I haven't actually been writing any new Reverence Core articles. I've been writing stuff in the world book, but for the most part, I've been tracking the the um, the journal and replying and updating as I see things come across. I actually gave the storyline missions more time than Reverence this week. Really bizarre. I was meant to do stuff on Thursday, and then I got distracted because we're having dinner and everything. I ended up planning that out. Um,
Mm.
so um, I shall I shall I shall bug the Megan to put these up on Redbubble.
Okay. Okay.
The very
What's
least, because
great
that buffalo was
about
just.
Yeah. What's great about this concept about having both Pokemon and sort of like a Final Fantasy-esque world is that there's so many possibilities. There's like 700 and something Pokemon. You've got all the different classes, and the way you can interpret each of these Pokemon into each of the classes is it's simply fascinating. I mean, take the Buffalin for example. You wouldn't think something like this would be a scholar, and yet here it is struggling to read. So some of them some of them are perfect. For instance, Greninja would make an amazing spy or rogue or assassin or something like that. But then you can always put a Charizard as rogue, where it's this huge bulky thing with light literally coming off of its tail. It's probably not going to be very good, and yet you can have it if you wanted to. So it's just all these possibilities, all these different things that you can invent and make and dress and imagine. It's just crazy. Like I'm having a blast putting some of these together. I end up making entire personalities and backgrounds for some of these. Just out of the way they end up looking. It's great. And that is my 2 cents. I think Gina got out again. Oh, is he back?
No,
I can hear something.
no.
Oh no, I think his microphone's muted.
Hello?
There we go. Did you mute your microphone?
I dropped out of the call entirely.
Oh no.
I actually heard what you were saying because you're in the adjacent room.
Yes. But yeah. So
All
it's just
right.
incredible. And even if you come up with a Pokemon that doesn't seem to fit, like a Pokemon idea, design, personality, and all that stuff that doesn't seem to fit into one of the classes, you can actually be rather creative with how you fit them into the classes. So one of mine in my team is a Gardevoir that essentially fights like a Gallade. So she likes using physical weapons and stuff. But considering that it's a Gardevoir, she's not going to have that much strength. However, what I've done is I've made her a Hexblade, where she uses her psychic power to control the force of her weapon. So essentially, she has the same strength as whatever force she can put out with her incredibly powerful psychic power. And that's how that works. So you can always, if something doesn't fit, there's always a way you can tweak it. If you're not sure if it'll fly or not, you can always send us a note and ask us about it. But just like I said, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, there's the system is pretty broad and the classes are crazy, but there's a frightening.
Oh no, he got it out again. This is getting really bad. I don't know why it keeps doing it. He doesn't even have his webcam up. So this is quite strange that he keeps cutting out like this. Oh dear. And he's still down. Oh no, I'm here by myself. Quick, Lunix, sing. Start singing. Oh, there we go. That's a beautiful voice you've got there.
Thank you.
Oh dear. Okay. So as I said before, if you want to submit your own versions of these interesting concepts, just let us know. Let us know. It will replace my ones, so you don't have to worry about it not being shown about. Hopefully, it'd be cool if we could get a whole bunch of people to do at least one or two, and then the official ones would have quite nice variety. Because it's always interesting to see what other people come up with. Like the two that have already been done, the White Mage and the Archer, look really cool. Like I like what she did with those. The Archer is an Arcan, so it's a bird Pokemon that's essentially using a bow and arrow. And then the White Mage is an Ordino, which is cute. Yep. Is he back? No, he's gone. He's completely gone. Oh, all by myself. Okay. That was actually the last thing that we had to talk about here, so I'm not entirely sure what else to go on about. I imagine Gino's gonna wanna do the wrap up in his terribly sick voice. So, hmm. Let's try. Let's see if we can think up any other designs. What other ones have we got? I still got a whole bunch left. So there's still the Defender to do, Warrior, Templar, Battle Bard, Berserker, Cleric, Chemist, Knight Grand Cross. Knight Grand Cross is an interesting one because it's supposed to be sort of like a shield that can also attack. So in my team, I've got that as an Aegislash, which is pretty cute because like it is literally a shield and a sword. But then other Pokemon you can use for this too. So I think the official one's going to be a Sizzle. You've got a Monk, which a Medicham is adorable for. Some of them are quite difficult. For instance, a Mend Blade, which is essentially a sword fighter that heals. Like it attacks itself. Heal heal whatever Pokemon it slashes. God knows what I'm going to do for that one. I'd love to hear other people's suggestions for that because that's a crazy one. What else?
Come back now.
Fusilier, that's a gun turtle. Oh, you're back! Thank God. So yeah, Fusilier, which is a gun turtle. I've got an infinite for that, but I'd love to see like maybe a tiny Bulbasaur with this huge cannon on its back or something. Or a Blastoise, actually. Blastoise with two cannons that replace its water cannons. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Okay, now before I get properly disconnected, I think we'd better end the show.
Yes. There is nothing else to talk about. I've been stuck here rambling for like 5 minutes.
That's okay. That's usually what I do in every IPLcast anyway. Okay, so this has been all right. So again, if you're comment, there's so many places to comment. Twitter, Twitter, also YouTube and DeviantArt if you want to do so. The IPL is open and looking for people. So, if you haven't joined yet and you come across this video, oh my gosh, what are you doing sitting around there? Some Pokemon, cards, GameStop, go. All right.
Do. Just do.
Just do.
Do the do.
Yep. Do. All right. Anyway, we shall end it here until IPLcast 27 comes. Everybody have a good 2 weeks, and we will see you then.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.